The 2022 XXL Freshman cover was just revealed, and I feel like I'm out of touch because this is the most people on this cover that I haven't heard of ever. Normally it's like one or two, but it's like 5 or 6 this time around. But that's what these covers are supposed to be for. In theory, they're supposed to put you on to all these bubbling upcoming artists that are going to take over the music industry, and these are said artists: Babytron, Cochise, Saucy, Santana, Babyface, Ray, Ken the Man, Sofago, Big Scarr, Big 30, KC, Doechii, Cali, and Nardo, Wick. People have been saying the XXL Freshman cover has been absolute awful year after year. I'm not going to say that. I really want to, but I'm not going to say that because the past 2 years in particular for me have felt different than all the other years. Like, I felt XXL, the cover, has been on a downward decline since like 2018, 2019. But then I look at the covers again and I'm like, wait, 2019 is good. 2020 is even good. It's just been the past 2 years, and that could be just because it's new and we have to wait a couple more years to see what artists do what. And in time, maybe I'll look back and say this was a good cover. The only cover I never will agree being a good cover is 2015. But then following year 2016 was one of the best there has been. I feel like the biggest snub on the 2020 cover is obviously Yeet. Whether you enjoy his music or not, he is definitely one of the rising artists of 2022, and you could say that that's already dying out, but he still has a big fan base and numbers to back it up. I think the biggest question with Yeet is the longevity of his career. Can he sustain it? But let's talk about the artists that actually did make it. The two artists I feel that are the face of this cover are Sofago and Nardo, Wick. They are definitely the two artists that I feel majority of everybody should recognize. They've both had blow up songs, over 100 million plays. Nardo, Wick in particular has some big features on his songs such as Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Future, while Sofago is signed under Cactus Shack Records, and everyone from that label seems to be doing great aside from Sheck West. I mean, when you get a big popular song like he did, it's kind of hard to maintain that. While there's also solid artists such as Babytron, Cochise, and Babyface Ray. I think Babytron's fan base is dangerously close to making him like be a meme, and that could either be a really good thing or a really bad thing, because at any point he could end up like TJX6, whose career never really went where a lot of people thought. While when Cochise first emerged a couple years back with a similar sound to Playboy Cardi, I didn't really expect the longevity of his career, but look at him now. He's continuing to have hit songs and people aren't tired of him. And I feel people have been projecting Babyface Ray to make this cover for like the past year or two, and having 4-2 Doug on it last year, it makes sense to have Babyface Ray on it this year. Speaking of making sense, Big Scarr and Big 30, both Memphis artists, similar sound to Cochise. I feel like Cochise's hype died down extremely fast because he went to jail, and although he's still releasing music, it just doesn't feel the same as when he was not in jail. I honestly thought Fujiano would have been on it, but his hype died down as well. It'll be interesting to see if Big Scarr and Big 30 are both in the same cipher. Two artists I wasn't really familiar with, but after looking at the cover and listening to all of these artists' songs at least once or twice, it's a pleasant surprise. Same thing with KC. He was on Fabio Foreign's newest album, and I looked through his catalog of music, and it's a nice mixture of R&B and rap. Wasn't familiar with the name, but I'm definitely going to be listening to some of his music now. And probably the least known artist just in terms of monthly listeners on this cover alone. I think Babytron has less than him, but I feel like a lot more people know who Babytron is, and I'll definitely be on the lookout for more of this man's music. Saucy Santana, I don't even know what to say about this one. I feel like I've heard of him because he got shot at a bar. There are certain people's music that you just know is not for you. Like, I checked out some of his music and it's not for me. The same thing can be said about artists like Cali and I believe Ken the Man. There's a demographic out there for all three of these artists' music, and I am not said demographic. While the last artist is Doechii, which unlike the last three artists, I feel like I'll listen to her music from time to time. It's a nice mixture of singing, soulful, R&B, rap. Good mixture of genres, and I enjoyed the songs that I did listen to her. First impressions are everything to me, and you know, there's obviously enough time to change my opinions on what artists I like and what artists I don't like, but overall this list is what it is. A lot of unknowns in terms of just the public eye, you know, unless you're really listening to music like that. I was a little thrown off guard, and I think XXL did its job. If you actually go listen to some of these artists' music, you'll find an artist that you may like, that you never heard of before. To me, it really comes down to the freestyles and cyphers to make it memorable. If those aren't memorable, then the cover itself takes a hit. Right now, all we do is wait to see what they release, and come 2023, see how this cover stacks up with years in comparisons. End of the day, I've been inconsistent with uploading videos, and I think this XXL Freshman cover has lit a fire inside me. I've already been editing a bunch of videos for what I'm trying to do in the future, and I think this is just what set me off in the right direction, and hopefully I could keep this fire lit. Thank you for sticking around. I love you so much. Let me know how you feel about the cover in the comments below.